Charlie Sloth is a global DJ and entrepreneur. However, success didn't come easy and he had to work to get to where he is today. In 2004, a portion of his life was documented where he was in his early 20s. Some might be surprised with the life he lived, but many who grew up around Camden in the late 90s to early 2000s will be aware of his life before he blew up in music. In this clip taken in the early 2000s, a young Charlie talks about his introduction to crime at the age of 11.
I was 11 the first time I actually got arrested, and then it started escalating, and by the time I got 14, I got arrested for GBH with a tent. I stabbed some geezer in Camden. By the time I got to 15, I got arrested for burglary. 16, got arrested again for GBH. Stabbed like 2 guys down in Old Street. Went to prison for 2 years. Come back out. Now I've just been released again on bail for 5 more charges.
Charlie fights to battle the urge to continue living the street life by pursuing his passion for music, wanting to become a rapper. But the street life isn't something you can easily leave behind, even when you want to.
And I just hear the door, like 3 men run up the stairs, coming towards me. One of them was holding, brandishing a stick, pointing at me, boy, get in there, masked up. Like, one's got a gun, stick, the other one's got a knife, and the guy that got back's got like little rounds back. So, like, comes up, he's like, where's the shit, where your thing, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, boy, like, it's my girl's yard, I ain't got nothing. Like, I've come in here, like, one of them's giving me a dig before I've got in here. They're screaming by now, like, and at first I was like, be calm, babe, like she was screaming, all that, got like emotions all over the place. The dude who's got the chiefs come over and held me, like he's standing there, the dude with the bat's gone in, like he's rinsing out everywhere in the flat, trying to look through shit. And then the geezer the geezer holding the stick must have like given my little bird a backhand. So I couldn't take it, I just like, I didn't see danger, I just, like, I've moved towards him, now I started like scrapping him with him. As I went towards him, like, I felt like 2 like punches to my back. I thought they were just punches, like done it again, but at the time I didn't know I'd been stabbed. Get pulled back, like this dude takes the chiv, gives me one in the stomach. I was like, no, and he just started giving me some slices. Like, he was holding me back, and then as I broke out, I was scrapping with him again. Like, I think he was trying to give me a cut in the boat, like cut my hand. And then like, they must have seen the crowd and shit, and they kicked, got what they came for, and they went. I'm lying there in blood, my girl's screaming. Next thing I know, woke up, lost a few pints of blood. Like, I wouldn't wish that I'm my worst enemy, man.
The documentary ends with Charlie focused on music and putting the street life behind him. He went on to drop music videos on the likes of Channel U and rapped on Tim Westwood's show. He eventually returns to Westwood's show for an interview, but this time is to announce him as a DJ on 1Extra. He later goes on to replace Tim Westwood on 1Extra, taking his 4 to 7 PM slot on weekdays, passing over the baton.
You might be the person who replaces me on a Saturday night.
Charlie had now made the transition from aspiring rapper to mainstream radio DJ. Many of us know how his journey progressed from here, solidifying himself as one of the biggest UK DJs and building on this by creating one of the biggest freestyle platforms the UK has seen in Fire in the Booth. Charlie won various Best DJ awards before eventually losing his job at 1Extra and moving on to Apple Music. He branched out into other industries and launched AU Vodka, which has gone global and has become one of the biggest vodka brands in the UK. Charlie's story acts as an example to anyone who has been involved in a street life and has aspirations to turn their life around. What Charlie did have, even in the early footage we've seen of him, was passion and desire to succeed. It would have been easy to go back to the roads, but he chose to pursue his dreams and it paid off. A story of change.
If you don't dream, you don't win nothing, man. Serious. So, just shows you, man. Someone like who comes from my background and who's lived a life like I've lived can still achieve shit.
Every once in a while I'll drive through Summertown and through Camden just to remind myself. It's always humbling, man.